YouTube, what the crap's going on? Welcome back to Total War Rome 2. This time, good old Trolley Boli has sent us a replay from his Use It, Lose It tournament. This is a tournament where once a faction is used, you can no longer use it. Did I say used? Used. Once a faction is used, you lose it, so that you can no longer use it in the tournament. Yeah, okay, this is just getting more confusing as you go. I think you all get it. Use the faction and it's gone from your list of ones that's available. So obviously you have to be strategic about your faction choice. This is now a little bit later in the tournament. This is round 3, game 3. I'm not going to show you the other matches. I wanted to show you this one because he called it out, saying that it should be of potential interest for the channel. It's a good battle. So let's check it out. It's going to be between Baby Killer, who sounds like a nice guy there, and Master Bean. And apparently they played this in a different language too. So we got Carthago and Arverner, which I'm guessing is Carthage and Arverni. Seems simple enough. So let's jump into the replay. The rules for this are a max of 8 melee units, so it does nerf the barbarian faction some, but they will still be quite strong with the Oathsworn and Heavy Horse and all that kind of stuff. So very interesting build from the Arverni there. Let's take a look at this. Not exactly what I would have expected. Honestly, I would have just brought 4 Oathsworn and 4 Chosen Swordsmen against Carthage, and then whatever else I could afford into Celtic Horse or Light Horse and Heavy Horse. I don't even think you need the Levy Freeman against Carthage, not with the Arverni. But anyway, we're going to have, looks like 3 Oathsworn, 3 Celtic Warriors, that's 6 melee units. Or it's Chosen Swords. Yeah, it is Chosen Swords. Never mind. I think he has practically done what I would have done. So, looks like I see 7 sword units in total. It's going to be 3 Oathsworn, 4 Chosen Swords. Good deal. 2 Gallic Hunters. We've got Levy Freeman about. It looks like I see 4 of them. There's some Spear Warriors over here too. It's max 4 of the same units too, so you can't go more than 4 of the same unit. 2 Heavy Horse. The Carthaginian army, let's see, I would expect that we're going to see Noble Fighters potentially here too, but I do not see them yet. I'm guessing there's a 3rd Libyan here, so that'd be 3 Libyans, and I see 2 Samnite Warriors there, a Mercenary Scutari. There's 2, 3, or I see 2 Mercenary Scutari Cav, 2 Carthaginian Cav, 3 Carthaginian Cav. African War Elephant General. So the War Elephant's interesting choice by Carthage. They can wreck Arverni swords, but with so many Levy Freeman, Spear Warriors, and Gallic Hunters, it's going to be very, very difficult. That's really the biggest problem for Carthage. If they ever came through and rebalanced elephants a little bit, several factions would become much more viable. Carthage would be one of them. And I kind of think they do need to rebalance elephants. It'll never happen at this point. That there's not going to be any more patches for Total War Rome 2. I'm almost certain of it. But yeah, there's the elephants need to be a little bit harder to run amok, and probably to kill in general, especially since there's so many precursor javelins. But honestly, I think the best way to fix the problem is to get rid of the ludicrous, way too many precursor javelins that are in this game. Here comes a Carthaginian Cav just trying to hold down Arverni units. This is actually a very good move by the Carthaginian, because it's going to take away the charge that the barbarians so heavily rely on. Now let's just go into slow motion and kind of see what all he's disrupted. Disrupted Levy Freeman, disrupted Chosen Swordsman, disrupted the General. All the Oathsworn are disrupted. These Celtic Warriors, there were Celtic Warriors, they're disrupted. The Chosen Swordsmen are going to get a little bit disrupted. These ones do okay, and these ones get disrupted too. So basically disrupts every single sword unit on the map, and then more cavalry charging in here in the center, looking to find a gap here. I think I'm going to leave it in slow motion for just a second. They may be trying to make that gap. These late Libyan hoplites will beat the Levy Freeman, but these Heavy Horse are going to try and get around the flank, and if they do, it's going to be a lot of danger. Those Gallic Hunters are getting hit by cavalry that's making through the lines. The Libyan infantry will actually get a pretty good engagement versus Oathsworn since they didn't get a charge. The Oathsworn are still a better unit, but that engagement's going to help a lot, and these Mercenary Scutari will actually get a very good engagement if they were not charged in return, and there's several more Mercenary Scutari coming out, and look, here comes the elephants. Nothing to answer them right now at the moment, unless these Levy Freeman can get over there. Let's hit play and see how quickly this plays out. Elephants are going to charge in here into the front of those Chosen Swordsmen, so not going to be great. But if they can keep moving and get over here, you're talking about a lot of damage potential. So Carthage doing an absolute excellent job with that cavalry YOLO at the beginning. Very good job at the beginning. but there's still a lot of Arverni left on the field. These elephants are going to have a massive impact. These spear warriors are a huge danger to the elephants. He needs to probably charge them with the cavalry and then hit them with the elephants. Oh, Cav counter tactics. Never mind. Stay away from them. Stay away from him with everything. Just start wrapping into these Oathsworn with the elephants. So let's see how this flank's going. This flank, the Arverni are overwhelmed. The mercenary Scutari crushing through here, and now the heavy horse don't have support and can't retreat. They might be able to retreat because this is all infantry. We'll see. Still a lot of Carthaginian cav on the field. This is an interesting army. I'm going to have to go toy around with this Carthaginian army. I like it. It's very rushy, but it's going to do quite well here. The elephants just wrecking through Oathsworn over here. But their days are probably numbered. Levy Freeman don't get a very good javelin volley, actually. And neither do the Oathsworn. The elephants are just going to keep wrecking. These guys have 153 kills, and they're causing massive damage to enemy units. These Oathsworn are now probably going to lose the combat to the Libyans, or at least it'll be close. Heavy Horse could potentially help slow down the elephants, but they're going to go for a rear charge instead. Not a bad idea. Oh, but their rear charge gets stopped because some of them got caught on the elephants. This is disastrous for Arverni at the moment. These elephants are just wreaking havoc. I did not expect this. This is an exciting match. I'm loving this. These elephants making me proud here, Carthage. Making me proud. Wow. Anyway, I think the elephants are finally going to eat it now because of those spear warriors, but the damage caused by that Carthaginian rampage there, and that's what I'm going to have to call it here, the Carthaginian rampage of 2015, I think. Wow. Those elephants. They racked up 300 kills, and the Oathsworn took a shellacking from the elephants. And the elephants are running amok. Actually, no, they're back under his control again. So now the elephants are controllable, and the swords are getting wrecked, rear-charged, elephants all over him. 330 kills. Wow, this Carthaginian rampage just keeps on going. These heavy horse are going to get caught up with Samnite warriors. This is impressive work by Carthage, really is. The Arverni are definitely a superior faction, and the use of these elephants here has been absolutely brilliant. That YOLO charge with the cavalry at first was also absolutely beautiful. Excellent use of Carthaginian units against what would otherwise be a superior foe, and that's going to be a defeat for Master Bean and a win there. I think Baby Killer was the one. Yeah, Baby Killer was the Carthaginian. Wow, that's a pretty decisive defeat of the Arverni too, with much fewer numbers. That was definitely an interesting match. I mean, this Arverni army. And you saw me at the beginning of this. I was like, really? I mean, wow, man, that's a lot of Oathsworn and Chosen Swords. It's going to be tough for Carthage. I figured Carthage was the underdog here, and boy, they just came out and hit and never stopped hitting. So it looked like in the end we had 3 Carthaginian Cav, 3 Scutari. No noble fighters, which makes sense. Save the money for the elephants, which is risky, but still they pulled it off. These Scutari have nice attack. They're not a very good unit for just like staying power. But the Libyans do have decent staying power, and you can see they still took a beating from these Oathsworn here, but since the elephants got in and mopped it up, I mean, that was pretty good. Using the cavalry to knock down the front line because they were spread thin, and then busting through into the back lines and just absolutely wreaking havoc. There were not enough heavy horse to stop this. I mean, even having gotten rid of, I think that a better Arverni army here probably would have seen them keep the Levy Freemen, get rid of the Spear Warriors and the Gallic Hunters and the Celtic Slingers, and just see if you can get 2 more heavy horse. I like this Carthaginian army, though. I'm going to go save that, actually. I'm going to come over here. I'm gonna rip that off while I'm at it. That's what Air does. Takes your replay and then rips off your army. So, yeah, I'm liking that a lot. I mean, it's not perfect, but seemed like it was a good army here. Let's go in the settings, set the funds to large, which should be where it's at. See if I can recreate his army again. Had 2 of those guys. 1, 2, 3. Seems like I'm still missing another unit. 1 more unit of Libyans, I think. Yeah, that was the army right there. I like that. You got enough cavalry to tie down pretty much everything and some infantry to follow it up. Very interesting. I mean, it's not going to be an invincible army, but I like it. So we're going to call this Carthage YOLO. I like that. Save that for another day. I might have to come back and revisit it. Let's take a look at the Arverni army here too. So we had 3 Oathsworn. I know we had at least 3 Chosen Swordsmen. I know there was a Celtic warrior there. We had 2 of these Gallic Hunters. We had 2 heavy horse. There was 4 Levy Free. and 2 spear warriors. And there was a Celtic slinger. And there had to have been one more unit. It was probably another chosen sword. Let's see if that's right. So 3 Oathsworn, yeah, 4 chosen swords, and a Celtic warrior. So that's 8 melee. Yep, so that was his army here. I think, and again, this is coming from a guy who would not do well in the tournament, because I can't usually play very well with these guys, but I would have probably rather seen something like this. I think that right there would have been a much more formidable army, because those heavy horse would have been a lot better at stopping all that Carthaginian YOLO cav. You still get to keep your spear warriors and your levy free to deal with the elephants. It's not a guarantee you're going to be able to deal with them, though. But, I mean, the bows wouldn't really be a whole lot better at dealing with the elephants, to be honest. The precursor javelins are going to be better. I mean, if anything, you could just get a Celtic youth or a Celtic skirmisher if you're really worried about elephants, but I would just stick with the levy freemen and the spear warriors. They'd probably be just as good as anything. Very interesting indeed. Enjoyed that. Hope you all did too. It's actually not a bad army here either. I might save that one. Arverni. We'll call it Arverni 1. There we go. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed the replay, and like I said, I would have made a little bit of an adjustment to this one. Maybe it would have tipped the balance, maybe it wouldn't. That extra mobility and charging power from the heavy horse is always helpful. I would way rather have it than the Gallic hunters and the Celtic slingers personally. But maybe he expected more skirmishing from Carthage, since Carthage can bring Balearic slingers and stuff. I don't know. Very interesting match. Enjoyed that one. I appreciate Trolley Boli sending it over. It's kind of a quick match, but it was a fun one. That Carthaginian elephant rampage there, I would have never... I don't know, you don't usually see Carthage come in and get Arverni like that. I mean, definitely there were some things that had to go right in order to make that work, like the fact that the Arverni was not able to get javelins on the elephants sooner. They might have been able to do so, but still, even if they had, I mean, where the elephants came in, the Arverni were pretty well tied down, so they still would have caused a lot of damage, and that game still could have gone to Carthage in the end. So, one way or the other, it was an impressive victory. Hope you all enjoyed that one. I'll be back with more Total War Rome 2 online soon. And I believe Trolley Boli might give me the opportunity to cast the finals from this tournament too, which would be pretty exciting. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.